Yo, 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 welcome back to Wright is My Name, the place where we stand tall and we stop playing small, stop blaming the world, and start building the life we were meant to lead. It's Friday, and today we're talking legacy. Not hype, not trends, not what looks good for the gram. We're talking about what actually lasts, what people remember when your name comes up, or even when your name is no longer here. Let me make this real personal for everybody. You don't need a platform to leave a legacy. You don't need a microphone. You don't need a title. You don't need a podcast. You don't even need a verified check mark. All that stuff is social media, and all that stuff is just for entertainment, honestly. But some of it can be for motivation. Some of it can give you some good information. So be careful on what you're actually feeding yourself. You just need to live with intention. Every day you wake up, you're writing your legacy by what you tolerate, what you sacrifice, what you stand for, the amount of work that you're putting in, what you walk away from. Most people confuse reputation with legacy. Let me break that down. Reputation is what people think of you and what you're known for and stuff, right? You have a reputation of doing this. You're known for this. Legacy is what they feel from you, even when you're not in the room. Reputation at the end of the day can be shallow. Legacy is very deep though. Reputation changes with rumors and with age. But legacy is written in how you made people better or worse. So ask yourself, are you just chasing applause? Or are you building something your future self won't regret? You got followers, but no foundation. You got influence, but no integrity. Like I wrote in my book, Built to Lead. You got followers, but no foundation. Influence, but no integrity. That's the difference. I had to make sure I said it twice for you guys, just so that way you understand. That's the difference between being seen and being solid. This isn't about being seen. It's about being built for the long haul. You ever wake up and realize you've been chasing the wrong thing? I've had that moment. I looked at myself, I looked at my life and asked, if God pulled the plug today, would I be proud of what I built? Would I be proud of how I treated people? Mostly, yeah, because I'm overall pretty nice dude. But because I knew how to hustle, I knew how to grind, but I didn't know how to reset. I didn't know how to love without guarding my heart like I was under attack. I didn't know how to be still. Then came this conversation. If your kids only remembered you, or remembered your energy, or remembered your work ethic, or remembered the empire you built, what would they inherit? And then that verse that stays with me, Matthew 16:26. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? I'm gaining followers, but I'm also still building my foundation. This podcast is new. This is only episode 3. I've had moments of success through life, but no internal stability. I have to get honest with myself. I was afraid of being forgotten, afraid to fail, afraid to face the real me. But that's a lot of people though. And that's something that a lot of people are really struggling with. But you have to face it because you have to live with you. You need to be proud of what it is that you're doing. But then I also realized something. Legacy doesn't come from running. comes from really facing it. Facing that pain, the guilt, the generational patterns, the truth. That's where real legacy begins. Literally being accountable, looking at yourself in the mirror. And from that moment forward, you gotta make it a promise to yourself that you're not going to pass down pain that you didn't heal from. You're not going to pass down strength that you didn't earn. Like, real talk. We need to stop trying to live off of borrowed legacies and borrowed people's work. We got to put in our work. I'm talking to the ones in the trenches, the ones grinding in silence, the ones working on themselves when nobody is cheering, the ones that are sacrificing their weekends to make sure that their family is fed, that their bills are paid. Legacy is built in the dark. It's built when you show up at 5 a.m. when you don't feel like it. It's built in the moments when nobody says thank you and you serve anyways. It's built when you hold your ground with peace, not pride. Some of you think you're failing because you don't feel seen. Nah, you just in legacy mode. That place where real character is forged, where you learn patience, endurance, and emotional mastery. See, this generation is addicted to speed, drugs, alcohol, but legacy is built with depth, not pace, not drugs, not the fast life. You want to fast, cool, but understand it's gonna go fast as well. You are building the moment. You're building the moments that you want in life right now, right? Then you have to build the movement. The difference between moment and a movement is consistency. Let me say this. If you're building something your kids will benefit from, that's legacy. If you're healing from trauma, your parents or aunts or uncles or friends or past relationships, you got to deal with it. If not, how can you lead? How can you expect to move forward if you're still holding on to all the hurt from the past? That's what legacy is. You got to move forward. If you're walking away from toxic people to protect your peace, that's legacy. You're not weak for choosing discipline. You're not weak for choosing your peace. You're actually a little bit more dangerous to a lot of people because they would rather see you suffer. For the fathers, the mothers, and the dreamers, let me go a little deeper here for y'all, especially to my people. Black fathers, single mothers, first generation leaders, cycle breakers, people of color, people who are immigrants. They are trying to do more than just survive. They're trying to lead themselves. They're trying to lead their families. I see you. And you doing good. Keep hustling. Keep trying. I know this is not easy. You didn't get a blueprint. You weren't handed the instructions. You weren't handed any of that. You were handed pain, poverty, dysfunction, trauma, and was told to literally figure it out with all these obstacles in front of you. And guess what? You're still figuring it out. You're still doing it. You're rebuilding that plane while flying it. That's legacy. To the fathers, your presence matters more than you think. Your presence matters more than perfection. You don't have to have it all figured out, but you do gotta be there. You do gotta be real. And you gotta wanna break those generational curses that you dealt with. All the stuff that was not well, that you had to endure, that you know wasn't right. You gotta break those cycles and be there for your sons. Be there for your daughters. Teach your sons how to be men. Teach your daughters how to be women. Like, real talk. You really gotta be there. You gotta be real. You gotta be growing. You gotta grow with the family. Don't abandon them. to the mothers. Don't let the words guilt you for choosing yourself. Don't let it. Don't let the world guilt you. Rest in your resistance. Peace is power. You ladies are literally putting in so much work, trying to hold your families together, taking care of the kids, going to work, cooking and cleaning. Most definitely. You ladies, you women deserve the praise. You guys deserve that applause. You guys deserve that because you guys put up with so much and you guys are always overlooked. But I see you. Peace and power. And women gotta make sure that you bring peace, not destruction. You gotta stay peace. And to the dreamers, you're not lazy. You're just tired of playing small ball. Your soul wants more, and that's not a sin. That's your purpose calling. So start it. Don't wait until it's perfect. Don't wait until you got the perfect lights or the perfect setup or the perfect house or any of that. Your legacy isn't made in one day, but it starts with day one. Like it does. You don't make it overnight until you make it overnight. And that day that you do make it overnight, trust and believe, it's so much work that you did behind it that when you finally do make it overnight, you realize that you just put the finishing touches onto your foundation or your castle or whatever it is that you were actually building. Ask yourself a real question. Like, let me sit you down real quick and ask these questions. What would you look like, or what would your life look like if you stopped living to be liked and you started living to be real? Let me repeat that. What would your life look like if you stopped living to be liked or for likes and started living to be real, to have a real foundation? Who are you when nobody's watching? And if today was your last day, would you leave peace or confusion behind? Because the truth is, we are all writing our own eulogies right now. We just don't know the date. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm not saying this to scare myself or to put fear in you or anything. I'm saying it to free you. Because like I said in my book, in Built to Lead, you won't be remembered for how loud you were. You'll be remembered for how well you led. We don't need more noise. We don't need more people leading with quiet strength and deep roots. We don't need more time. You need more intention with the time. We all have the same amount of hours in the day that Michael Jackson had, that LeBron James has, that Kobe Bryant had. Rest in peace. Like, come on now. We all got the same 24 hours that they had. You got it. You need to lead with discipline, lead with clarity, lead with love, and above all, lead in a way that makes the people around you better. Don't just come into somebody's life or come into an area and leave it worse than what you've seen it in or what it was in when you first met them or was introduced to the situation. Try to make it better than what it was before. Like, real talk. You have to. We got to start encouraging people. We have to start literally building people up and uplifting people. So, as you go into this weekend, ask yourself, what space am I walking into? And how can I leave them better then I found it. What cycles do I need to break? What boundaries do I need to set? What purpose do I need to stop running from? This isn't just a podcast. This is a real challenge, because legacy doesn't just begin when you die. It begins when you decide to take that first step forward. But I'm not about to preach to you guys. You guys get the message. This has been Wright is my name. Stay real, stay rooted, stay dangerous, because this world is dangerous. And most importantly, stay safe out there. If you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, and hit that heart button. Share it with your friends, share it with anybody that you think may need to hear this message, and just share it just to share it. Hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Stay safe out there. Peace.